So let's talk about mistakes for a second. This area right here, I want that line to be a little more distinct. It's a little too light. So I take this Prismacolor light blue colored pencil, and it's a pretty close match to what my 3D looks like. If you fill it in, you can see what I'm talking about. You can barely tell that it's different. And I go just pressing down, get some pressure over top my blue, my dark blue. It's not perfect, but when I get done, no one will notice, I promise you. And you press down a lot of pressure. Now it's too thick, so I have to go back over top of that. You can't go over colored pencil with a felt tip pen. It ain't gonna work, I promise you. It just won't cover it. It'll smudge right off, actually. Not even wipe, it'll smudge right off. But remember what I was saying about how you get nice even fills? It goes like this. I'm going to outline the area, and I'll fill in this little section right here. To really make it look good, and this works for all colors, I want to make sure that I go the same strokes, in the same direction, and fill it in like that. Big mistake that a lot of people make is they get really bored and really lazy. So they're like, okay, I'll do it in little squares. I've seen all sorts of stuff. You know, I'll do this way, and then this way, and that way, and it ends up looking like shit. What you want to do, you want to basically fill everything in the same direction. And when you do, your strokes will look nice and smooth. The fill area, and you don't have to go slow. You just want to go slow in the areas that count, the detail areas, that you don't make any mistakes. The other trick you can use if you really fuck up something bad is you can always go back, get more of your sticker paper, and you can cut a little piece out, you know, like a little square out, and place it over where the mistake is, you know, like place it there, and then basically redraw over top of it to fix your error. I do that shit all the time because I make mistakes and people never notice because I cover them up. Okay, so now I have the actual fill done and the 3D, and it's starting to shape up as far as the piece goes with a lot more crispness and detail. I'd like to point something out, and my camera sucks, so I'm sorry you're really going to get blurry here. I wish there was some way I could really zero in on this. But as far as cracks go, you notice I got cracks in here. You can't really see it unless I get really mega close, unfortunately, but the key to cracks is to imply. You don't have to actually have these lines that imply the cracks be complete. There are places where the two blue parts you're not really noticing, but there's places where the two blue sides touch and then they stop touching again. So like it'll start here and it won't be touching, and then it'll kind of touch right there, but your brain just kind of fills in that area and says that there's a fine line there. This is a really good example. It touches here several places, the blue does, and it makes the line look really, really fine when it's actually not. Now, something else, I talked about markers on the first part of this. People all the time are talking about markers, and they always think that markers are like the key to a good piece. No. Markers are not the key to a good piece. Markers can make a good piece better, but they won't make a bad piece good. Skills are what does it. I used one twin touch marker, and everything else so far has been shit you could get at fucking Walmart, okay? This is a Sharpie. That's what this was done. This dark blue was done with a Sharpie. There is no reason I had to use this twin touch to do this other than the fact that it's just the lightest blue that I have. That's the only reason I did it with this twin touch. Now I'm going I'm going to add these bands into the 3D with this Copic. Again, it's just a hair darker than this twin touch, but there's no reason you couldn't use other colors of Bic and other colors of Sharpie to do your letters. You don't have to have expensive markers to do this shit. It's nice to have them. It's a good thing. Like I said earlier, diversity is key. But don't think because you don't have good markers that you can't do good shit. Because I worked for years off of just Sharpie and Market, and that was it. I didn't have anything else. No Prismas or nothing. And I was able to put out good-looking shit, if you look back at some of my old videos. So don't let it's a trap. Don't let that shit trap you, because it will. So We're going to shut this down and go to the next chapter.